How's it going, guys? It's Eclipse here, and some of the oldest tanks are often the ones that everyone forgets about. But in today's video, we're going to see what these tanks are all about, and of course play a ton of them, some of the oldest tanks in the game. And hopefully jump into them, see how they're going to actually play in today's meta, things like the IS-4, we're looking at the Waffle E100, and of course some of the tanks that you're seeing on the thumbnail. And hopefully you guys do enjoy. We are playing live, so we have no idea whether they are actually going to be able to fit as you'd expect, but we'll give it a go anyway and jump into some of the tanks. And I guess the first one that we can start with is one of the oldest British heavy tanks in the game, the FE215B. And this tank has definitely been on the back burner for a lot of players in the World of Tanks console. So we've set up with vert stabs, we've got advanced loader for the increased DPM and coated optics because we want to get some assistance damage hopefully, since this tank doesn't have the most amount of rounds, only 35. But let's jump into it and see how it goes. Welcome Chaffee, nice to see you in here, nice to see you Gary. Hopefully you're all having a good day so far. But we're going to be playing some tier 10 and of course some of the older tanks as well down at the lower tiers, and of course just playing anything you really think is a decent shout for these tanks. But I'm not going to play a ton of games in each and every one, but we'll be playing a load of different ones to see whether they still actually suit in the current game anyway. So yeah, it'll be an interesting one. And the first one, FE215B, of course, probably the least played tier 10 heavy. At least one of them, if you don't count any of the premium tanks in the game. And that's probably because it's not very good. I mean, it has been buffed and they've tried to do stuff with it, but it just doesn't really have any armor. It's supposed to be a reverse side scraper, but it can get penned pretty easily through the turret ring. You've got the Conqueror's turret weak point that can be penned by basically everything. And yeah, although you have good DPM, that's about it. And you're not even particularly that fast either. And you're looking at tanks that can get hold down like the Chieftain that are just way better than this, in my opinion. So yeah, not particularly the funnest tank, but not a bad map. I started off first time playing as well for a little while on console, so we're giving it a go, seeing how well we can have a few good games at the beginning. Good thing is with this tank is because of the speed of it, is the accuracy is actually pretty decent, which means you can snipe at those lower plates, but we want to get into cover before some of the other one can shoot us back. Nice. Hi there, Eric. Nice to see you in here. Hopefully you're having a good day. Right. So basically one this side of the map. I don't think there's all too many people over here. Hopefully there's no one sat poking this corner, although there usually is. And there we go, the first one, which is the AVRE. And hopefully he doesn't actually just auto-pen us. See that lovely, it would be a nice one to get rid of course. I think he, I don't know what actually penned us and set us on fire. Maybe it was a TD, what have they got? 268 version 5 maybe. Nice to see the AVREs out of the way. Ah, nice to be missed for like 400. That was very close as well, very close. This tank is what I like to call the tinderbox. I'm sure that you can already get a feel for why I call it the tinderbox. It's got absolutely nothing to do with the fact of gets hit in the lower plate and gets set on fire because of the front engine that this tank has. No, nothing to do with that. Yeah, not particularly the funnest tank when it comes to that, and hopefully we can avoid this E4. Enemy team have come to the base already, which is always good. He had a rougher morning. Hopefully it doesn't carry on to the end of the day. This E4 wants nothing else. Oh, that's a real shame. Oh, didn't get any more damage. So yeah, this tank is just kind of we're not kicking it off with the best of starts for some of the older tanks, to be honest. It's definitely not one of the ones that I'd recommend for most people when they're starting to play the game. Although the Super Conqueror, I think you have to get this first before you can get the next tanks in the line, so maybe it's not all too bad. Just, I wouldn't recommend buying it if you don't have that much silver left and you're trying to conserve. An AMX M4. Maybe we can get a cheeky little track in here. I think he's already tracked. Ah, there we go. Pretty tame game to begin with, but the tank isn't particularly the best anyway. Yeah, we literally didn't even have a good game. We'll play one more in it. Because I feel like we didn't really get to see what this tank was about other than being set on fire, which is a good start. Hi there, Chris. Nice to see you. I'm doing well, having a nice Friday. Thought I'd jump on, play some of the old boys in the tanks. And by old, I just mean some of the tanks that came out first on the game. The ones that were released at the beginning when console came about. And this this was one of them. Yeah, it's a decent tank. It just, yeah, like I say, doesn't get that many rounds. Its armor's pretty trash. It gets a frontal engine, which means you get set on fire all of the time. And because it's me, I'd never take a fire extinguisher in anything. Although this might be probably one of the ones you want to get. And if you can put on firefighting or some form of perk to reduce fire damage, it might be worth it on this one. But I don't usually retrain my crews, etc. Hi there, Chaffee. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hopefully you're doing well. Eclipse on PC between the 279E tier 10 BT and Hori 3, which would win in a 1v1? Oh, I don't know. 279E doesn't have the best DPM, but at the same time, I don't know. The Hori's got a pretty chunky gun as well. So I don't really know. I think it's I think you'd have to like test it out. I haven't played the 279E a whole lot on PC, so I'd have to actually try it out a lot more. I know the armor's a lot better than on console, but at the same time, up against TDs, it's probably not doing a whole lot. Older tanks, does this mean the Super Pershing will make an appearance? You never know. You never know. It is on the list of tanks I want to play, so yeah. Honestly, it's pretty good. Murphy, how goes the battle? Yeah, not too bad. I mean, we've played one so far in this tank. This is one that I find annoying because there's just like, there are just better heavy tanks that you can play, and they're also the same nation as well. So, good thing about it is like, if you can have a game where people are just sitting in front of you or they don't realise the armour profile of the tank, then yeah, you can have like really good games really quickly, like get super high amounts of damage pretty quick. But at the same time, like if anyone knows the weak points or just literally fires premium at you, you basically are an auto pen, and you don't have the most alpha in the game. Right, here we go. Can we track this guy? No, damn it. You've played the T44 and T54, and I've been bailing in them. I'm assuming you meant like failing. Oh my, honestly, that feels bad for the T30 bouncing off of this tank. That is not a common occurrence. Conqueror is still good, one of the best heavies in my opinion. Yeah, the Conqueror is still a really, really good heavy. It's probably one of the best tier 9s. And the Super Conqueror is very good as well. Alright, let's track this guy, and now we can hopefully farm him without actually getting hit. Can we hit the engine deck? No. Brilliant. That's exactly what I want. Uh-oh. This guy's firing APCR. That's what feels bad. Oh, yay. Brilliant. Oh, yay. Well, that was good. It can side scrape okay, but it's much less effective than it used to be, sadly. Yeah. This tank is kind of one of the old boys. It's been power crept by a lot of the new premiums. And also just tech tree vehicles. Having fun, yeah, it's I'm having a lot of fun with that first game. To be honest, I was expecting that the team would have pushed over this side, but maybe I was just being... Yet again, I was pushed up too far on my own. Speaking of the last time I mentioned the Super Pershing was on your last stream, I mentioned your video from years ago and said how it was a grey map that the gameplay was on. Which one it was? It was Svorogorsk. Yeah, the snow map. That was a big old, an old one. I did like Svorogorsk. I was hoping that they'd bring it back, but apparently not. I guess there's nothing really quite like the Waffle 100 though. So let's jump into this bad boy. It's a bit of a clubber. You know, it's a sleeper because it did get nerfed like massively, like the gun, because it was overpowered back in the day. But in today's meta, probably not even that overpowered. But yeah. Do I have the CDC? It's an old tank and a power crept. I have got the CDC, so there's a lot of tier 8 premiums that I want to look at as well. But we're just starting off with some tier 10s. I actually 3-marked the CDC back in the day, so that was a long time ago when it was somewhat okay. But, I mean, back in the day it wasn't particularly amazing, but it was still, you know, okay. But now it's just awful. The accuracy on that tank is terrible, like dispersion-wise, so like when you're moving it's awful. And when you only have a small gun that doesn't have amazing DPM, not particularly a great tank now. So yeah, it's definitely been a challenge in today's meta. CDC in an AVRE world is dog. Yeah, it definitely is. And also all of the HE tanks that have come out. Like when the CDC was first available, I don't even know that the FV4005 was even in the game. You'd have to double check that, or at least it wasn't... At least I don't think it was in the game. You only had the FV215B183 to contend with. Now you've got both. And also you've got a lot more HE spamming tanks in the game than you did have back in the day. Yeah, not particularly the funnest. I don't quite know what this guy was doing, but I don't mind if I diddly do. And apparently we can pen the 780 on the move. Hello Eclipse, thanks for bringing out the classics. Not really into the Warhammer things. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of some of the collaboration tanks that they come out with. I feel like some of them are a little bit childish. But I mean, they're not necessarily a bad thing for the game itself. Although, you know, the tanks are pretty annoying. And they don't look like they should be in this game. They help with the money, I think, for consoles. So hopefully they can spend it on actually developing the game. Rather than, you know, lining their own pockets. I'm sure they'll do that too. But hopefully they'll actually have a little bit more money to continue to develop some of the good things in the game. But I'm looking forward to the Italian TDs. Because they should be coming soon. And the Hot Wheels tanks, yeah, those are a bit spicy. The E75 TS or the Roger Dodger or whatever it was. I don't like the new E100. I think that's kind of garbage, you know, with the weird glow that's on the end of the barrel. I mean, like, it was just unnecessary, and it makes the game just look terrible. Like, and it's not got the best, like, particle effect either. It's kind of just like a glow that they've added to the end of the barrel. Yeah, it doesn't look particularly the best. I'm doing what you should never do in this, and that's go through the center of the map. I'm honestly on autopilot, just answering questions from the chat. Oh dear. That's a tank that kind of came out and ruined a lot of the normal heavies, was the Chieftain T95. Ah, my aim is so bad. Brilliant. This guy's actually not a bot. Going for the blind fire. It actually penned me in the lower plate, I'm assuming. Yeah. Chris, thank you very much. £10 for the sausage roll fund. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. I actually went to Greg's the other day. Not through choice, but I was kind of dragged there by the family. But don't worry, I only had a cup of coffee, so you can't hate me too much. Or I can't hate myself too much. I was thinking the whole time he's on a suicide mission. Yeah, I know. You should never go through the middle in one of these bad boys. Yeah. Yo, you're on the Skoda T25. Would you recommend the medium or the heavy line? If you're a brand new player to the game, the VZ55 is probably a tank that's a little bit easier to play. But if you've got any like experience on the game, or you've played autoloaders before, then the TVP T5051 is like super good. But the tier 8 absolutely sucks, so it's kind of one of those where you just got to suck it through the TVP VTU. Well, we've lost, and there's an AVRE over this side, so I mean that's just going to one-shot me if it manages to hit me. You have 10 days time in right now. You've been playing for 10 days, or like 10 days in game? Like time. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, there's two AVREs, of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? Oh, not good. Let's take a reload. We might be able to secure the bag over on this side. 10 days in-game. Ah, okay. Yeah, I've spent like 200 and something days in-game. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to learn the game and get better, then, yeah, definitely pick the TVP T5051. It's the better of the two. Right, it's just time to go after these bad boys. Uh-oh. Reset the cap anyway. Hopefully the boys will get from behind. But I can't pull around the corner anymore. Come on then, 50B. You want to come over to my side? I'll give you a nice little 3-round sausage. Did you get ammo racked, or did the gorilla hit him before? Must have got hit by the gorilla, right? You had a game yesterday with 4 AVREs on my team and another 2 on the other side. But yeah, wargaming, it's totally balanced. Yeah, it's I think the annoying thing with the AVRE is that it just splashes anyone for 500, whether you're, you know, doing everything right. If you're in a super heavy, you get hit by the AVRE, it's 500 damage. And you also can't just do the same back to it, so it's like, yeah, it just kind of sucks. And if it does pen you, it's for what, like 1400, so yeah, not particularly the most insane. Right, we're going to play the IS-4 for the first time on this account. I have no idea whether it's going to go very well. I'm assuming you want to run. I would go with the speed. I'm thinking speed. I feel like the tank's good enough anyway. I just want to get to the party. I don't know why Wargaming puts so many HE rounds in people's tanks to begin with. Because, like, you shouldn't be using that much HE, ever. Right. We'll go with this bad boy. Yeah, it's a dummy-proof tank. Yeah, that's exactly it. Which I don't think should be in the game. I don't think that they should make tanks like that. Because it's both boring to play as the player who you're, like, actually playing the tank. Like, it's not fun to play the AVRE 90% of the time. Like, you're only really playing it to be like, well, I can one-shot people, but, like, it feels kind of just dodgy. But also, if you're on the receiving end, it's just boring because it's like, oh, I poke you, I try and deal my damage, maybe I pen, maybe I don't, even if you're hitting the weak points. And then they're going to hit you for 500, and it's like, brilliant. Always good. It's like even a bad player can deal damage to you, whether they, you know, do anything right or they do everything wrong. It's, yeah, it's just a boring one. Yeah, they just get rewarded for just shooting at anything, like, and not aiming, which I don't think is a good thing for when those sorts of players, especially if they're new and they've got the AVRE from like the season pass, and they're like getting this tank and they're like, oh, I'm just auto-aiming everything and dealing like 500 damage every time. I'm having, you know, subjectively good games. And then they go and play something that can't just auto-aim everything and deal 500 damage, and they're like, oh, I kind of suck now. But they get into the bad habits, and then they end up not liking playing. So, yeah, it's like a double-edged sword. It's like it's enjoyable for them maybe for the first few games, and then when they realise, you know what, this game isn't actually like this 90% of the time. Yeah, it's just not particularly great. Ironic that the Minotaur is coming with 500mm of effective armor, but will get balanced by Sturm Tigers and AVREs. Yeah, I do expect that the Minotaur is going to be able to actually I would assume that they'll actually kind of get fricked for hitting a Minotaur in the turret, because they'll only do like 200 damage, which sounds like not a lot, but that sounds stupid that they can even deal damage for hitting the probably one of the strongest points in the game of armor. But at least it's not too bad, because then you can just pump them. And you always see it, the AVR is just YOLOing in to try and do one shot of damage and then getting taken out. It's like, all you had to do was poke around a corner and shoot, and then poke back around the corner, and then wait till you reloaded and do the exact same thing. You do that 5 times in a game, that's 2,500 damage, and that's if you don't even pen. So yeah, I mean, sounds about right. Yay, getting rewarded for not aiming. Update 6.0 there. Nice little 1500 assist. for being the scout that I am. The typical game on this map has happened, where we win the town, they win the other flank, and then you both just camp it out, or push and lose. I'm going to go back. We need to finish these guys off that are pushing. On PC, are the Italian TDs good to be worth grinding for? Because I'm close to getting the 277. Probably not. I would not say they're good. I think they're pretty average, to be honest with you. I would rather get the 277 first and then maybe go for the Italian TDs. Oh. Don't drive and mess with your game settings. Oh. Well, this has been a fun game. Oh man, 780. That's one of those tanks where you play it and you get penned by everything, and then you play against it and you can't seem to pen it. Not good. Apparently, I'm only allowed assistance in this game. Someone said about Artie a while back. Have you ever been shocked by Artie? Or jump scared by an artillery? And the answer to that is, yeah, all the time. But it's usually not too bad. Like, Artie are usually one of those things where, you just kind of have to accept that they're going to hit you sometimes and try your best not to get hit by them. That sounds like one of the most stupid responses. But if you try and play Artie safe all the time, you do nothing. If you don't play Artie safe and actually try and do something, like most of the time they won't hit you. Like it's like the that's my way of dealing with Artie in the game. Is just be like, well, if I don't move or I don't do anything, I'm just gonna get penned. Like, that's just not fun. Right, let's hope this guy has no idea of the IS-4 armor. Well, it seems like we can just push. Can we hit the cupola of the Type 5? Wasn't fully aimed, I wasn't expecting it, but it would have been nice. I don't really want to get splashed by him. Also can't see him very easily. Hey there, machine. How's it going? Kind of need to push them, otherwise this machine's just going to farm all game. Yeah, let's not do that. He would hit my engine. Oh my lord. Oh, it's an auto-loading Artie, whatever it is. Or maybe not. You could tell I haven't played in a while. Right, it's back on to some of the common ones. And of course, one of the oldest boys. I think this is one of those streams where I just punish myself by playing some of the worst tanks in the game. Or tanks that are completely against what I usually play. like the Maos or the super heavies. World War II mode where scouting is keen but nobody wants to do it, and light tanks get taken out in 20 seconds of the game. It's like Cold War. That's every Cold War game, and every tank in Cold War dies within the first 20 seconds of the game. I'm glad on World War II we only have the light tanks doing that. Which doesn't even make sense, because if you're in a light tank you should last to the end of the game. That's where the light tank games go wild. And you have like ridiculous games. The times are changing, old man. In with the new, out with the old. Hi there, Jonesy. It's nice to see you. Type 5 heavy time. I have not played the Type 5. I don't actually have it on the account. It's one of the tanks I need to get to finish off all of those top tier games. I'm feeling like doing something really stupid. And it's going to be stupid, but I'm doing it anyway. I don't care. I can't fight on the hill. We're going to go straight through the middle. Probably end up winning for some reason. Because, you know. Monkeys see me doing it. I'll be the monkey going through the middle of the map, and then the enemy team also being monkeys trying to chase me down. Let's just hope I don't get hit by a TD. That would be not very nice. I just want to get down into the dip. If we can do it, you know, I don't think it's going to be awful. Oh, here we go. This is where it's at. No one's ever seen us scouting Maos before. Gonna need it for that Japanese tech tree guide. Yeah, I know. I want to do a... I want to get all of the tier 10s. I'm not actually far away. You know when they had the operation and we did like a big stream? I managed to get most of the tier 10s I didn't already have, which was good. Yeah, what are you going to do? Yes. Tracking me is a fantastic idea. Don't mind if I diddly do. What are you going to do, my friend? Get penned by an FV215B183. Oh, I wanted to get him when he was turning. Well, apparently Scout Maos is the thing. Looks like the I don't know what you're doing, my friend. Uh-oh. Hey there, Delilah. How's it going? I do fancy myself a bit of a Polish snack right now. Easy clap. Well, that's my game done now. I guess I'll travel around for the rest of the game, trying to find some extra damage. Unless this light tank wants to give me some. Ugh, slow. This is very dynamic gameplay. I feel like the Maos is just like, as much as it's supposed to have that armor, it just doesn't, does it? It just kind of sucks. I said we were going to be a scout Maos, and I'm going to fulfill on my promise. Right. Hey there, but oh, hello there. Badger's kind of cacking himself now. I can already feel him. He don't know about the Maos meta. Oh no, he does. He does know about us. And he's actually broken my gunner. Brilliant. Where is he penning me? Yeah, that's what I do as well. He's penning us through the turret. Uh-oh. This is the joys of not actually taking a med kit. I told you here we'd be a scout mouse. Looks like it's worked very well for us. This light tank needs to go in. Oh, he can't. Ah, we've lost. Yeah. The FV4005 came out when the introduced British turreted TDs. The FV215B was the previous tank. Guess we finish off the 57. Now we over angle. Yeah, boy. Look at the little T92 trying to get me. I don't think so, my friend. Not today. Your time is up. Oh, hello there. A little bit of revenge for him trying to get me. You found an interesting spot in A8. I don't remember if it was there before. I actually have no idea. What's Oh, I can't look at the map. Is it the one by like the bushes when you try and push on the rivers, like the seaside area? Because that is often one of the places where people go. Time to play this little bad boy. And in fact, we need to find the ramming crew. Here we go. Eclipse, do you still go for marks of excellence, or have you given up on that madness? To be honest with you, I don't play enough of one tank to get anywhere near the marks. To be quite honest with you, like yeah, I mean, so I guess so, yeah. Just because I don't have the time to play every tank like 50 games or 60 games to get the third mark or whatever it is. And if you're looking at tier 10, probably like 100, 120 games, maybe more. So, yeah, not really. Just stick to playing various different tanks. And obviously as well, I've been doing a lot of the live streams and doing reviews of loads of different tanks, which takes up most of my time when I'm playing console, so yeah, not too good. Right. I'm gonna go up on here and then back down the hill. I have no idea if this is gonna work. I love how you can keep up with like tier 8s in this. Tier 8 medium tanks. If not faster. Yeah. Yeah, the i7 is one of the GOATs, I think. It's probably one of the tanks that still holds up in today's meta, considering how old it is. Which is actually nice to see, because there's few tanks that you could probably say that with. You just bought the Stoig 33B, the German derp TD. I played a little bit of that line when the XP operation was on. Literally stopped right as I fired, or got tracked. What do you reckon? I think it's time to just go, right? I don't really care. I'll probably get hit from over here, like the campers on the railway tracks. But it's all good. I'm after this charioteer. Ah, I kind of didn't want to hit him because I wanted to go for the ram, but... looks like the 7.8 is going to have to be the ram target. Or do we go for the ram panzer? Just need the team to come with me now. Oh lordy, there's some big boys over here. Good hunting. I'm off to continue my PlayStation grind to the batch at 12T. Oh well, good luck. Hopefully it goes well. I assume it will. 12T is a really good tank. Right, what else do we play? I think we can drop down to tier 8, to be honest. Let's play the CDC. This is a premium tank that is very old in the game. We are definitely wanting vertical stabs on this. Did we full send it with speed boost equipment? I don't know what you guys would use on the CDC. It's been a long time since I've used it. I don't know whether the view range is really worth it. I guess we'll go with view range. I might as well spot for people. Big grey. Camo because you die when you get spotted, yeah. Yeah. It is a naked tank indeed. It does not enjoy it. See, it looks cool, but it is trash. It's absolutely useless. And also you have to fire premium in this to make it work. Oh, look at you, you finally got some silver on a stream. Yeah, thankfully. I was up at like 90 million, but we've just bought a ton of tier 10s recently when I was doing the XP operation, the XP with interest. Whenever the XP, the silver with interest comes out, we'll be doing a massive stream to try and get enough money to actually pay for the rest of the tier 10s, because I don't think I have enough right now. I mean, the CDC looks cool. I just wish it played a little bit better. CDC's worst nightmare, the Draugen. What is this doing? Oh god. I did not mean to push the EOC out. Oh, we tracked him. Do we just go? I've been playing very happy today. I already knew it. Can we keep him tracked in the air? That is the... no. Damn it. The CDC is definitely a thinking person's tank here. Maybe I'm just trying to get out of the tank as quickly as possible. Yeah. I got spotted by that guy. I'm surprised, you know. Let's go around the side. I think we should be able to. Oh, there we go. Now he's kind of fricked. Because he can't get gun depression. That sucks, doesn't it? Now we can hopefully pen him at the same time. Yeah, there we go. The power of tracking and damaging. Oh, nearly. I wasn't sure if we could get up. Apparently not. I reckon with a bigger run up you can get over that though. That'd be like a surprise swoop, wouldn't it? Probably get taken out by whatever this other TD is. We need some extra damage to farm it up. What is it? Oh, it is an STRV. Come on. Well, not a great tank. And not a great game. I don't know where we are with the marks, 91%. Yeah. That shows you I haven't played it in a while. They always go down by 5% or whatever it was when they reset their calculator. I know a tank. And someone mentioned it the other day. Well, earlier in the stream. Hey there, Mitchell. Nice to see you in here. How's things? Love the videos. Yeah, doing good. Chilling at the moment. Playing some of the original tanks in the game. Hopefully can do okay. Some of these camos are very different. I have no idea if I even marked this thing. So many shots, got 190 damage. Oh, camera bug, is it? It's locked onto a different part of the Super Pershing, apparently. We can zoom right in on the emblem, apparently. Oh dear. You hope Eclipse does a giveaway of his left sock for the 15k subs. I don't wear socks, mate. No socks allowed. It's because I keep giving them away. It's a real habit of mine. Trust me, that's intentional. It might be that we were just getting unlucky, to be honest. And because there are equipment that you can take in that reduce damage by like 5%. No, I'm only messing. It was just someone's message. Giving socks away. No, I'm not giving socks away, don't worry. I'll give my bath water instead. Oh dear. You want some socks? Oh dear. Pre-worn or See if anyone actually knows about the armor of the Super Pershing. I expect so. What is my opinion on the Action X? I like the tank. I 3-marked it. Do I think it's a good tank? No, not particularly. I don't think it's great. But the FE4202 is the better of the two British mediums right now. It might change if they buff the Action X, but yeah, in my opinion, I'd go with the FE4202 every day. I think the Action X is it's just too big, and it's not particularly that fast. Let's hope that the enemy team don't all just get taken out before we get there. I'm playing way too aggressively. The fact I even hit that. Go on, you wouldn't EOC. Makes zero sense that the Super Pershing's preferential and not the CDC. Man, this tank's armor would be shocking at a tier higher. Uh-oh. Oops. I swear to God, this stream so far. It's not my capture card. I've got a 4K capture card. It's just a it's some sort of software issue, I think. I don't know how to fix it, to be honest. It just doesn't. It just flashes all the time. It happens with my camera as well, so it's not a capture card issue. I'm thinking. I don't even know what it'll be. There we go, Tiger 2. Oh, you little rat. Penned me in the cupola. Yes. Oh, this Carnarvon doesn't know. There's Charioteer doesn't know. The Tiger 2 keeps coming back. Yeah. He wants more. He wants more. Oh, we hit the angled part of his cupola. Yay. Artie, thank you very much, my friend. What's your unpopular opinion with the game? Something most people disagree with? CCRNG. Yeah, that's a I don't think it's unpopular either. Maybe not the best word to describe it. Arty is fair and balanced. Oh yeah, it definitely is. It's definitely a fair and balanced class. Nothing wrong with artillery whatsoever. Right, what other premiums do we have? Oh, I know the one. This is one of the oldest premium tanks, I think, in the game. I won't bother putting camo on it. Sometimes you play arty and enjoy. It's a filthy pleasure. My friend, I do that. I do that all the time. Things that PC what do better versus things console what do better. PC, like the overall gameplay, graphics, like how it plays in the actual game is just better. Like 100%. Like, I'm not talking about like premium tanks, blah blah blah. I'm talking about like the actual gameplay. Much better. But in terms of like managerial side, development, cost of things, yeah, it's terrible on PC. Like, for example, console, we get so many deals, we get so many tanks that are like, you know, half price for this premium tank, or like half price in this bundle, or, you know, you're paying like I don't know, like £3 for your season pass and you get the gold value back. You look at PC, it's like you're paying £8 for just 1/3 of the battle pass and you don't even get a premium tank for free. So, yeah, I mean, PC just do not reward you for playing the game, like continual playing of the game. Like, if you play the game, you don't really get anything. And I mean, the only time you do get something for free, essentially, is if you do like a long operation. I know they do like the campaigns and stuff like that, where, you know, you can earn a tier 8 premium by playing like 1,000 games in 2 days, because, you know, like everyone's definitely going to be able to do that. But yeah, I don't know. If they can join the best parts of both, they might actually have a decent game. But I think consoles' gameplay and graphics are more to do with they have to make the graphics for the you know, like PS4 and Xbox One players, because I'm sure the majority of people have that. Yeah, the season pass on console is excellent value for money, even if you have all of the tanks. Like 100%. I mean, you get your gold value back, plus you get a load of key cards, which you can get more gold. So, like, net gold is always, like, positive. Like, you always make gold from purchasing the season pass. Other than, like, you know, you do actually have to buy gold to get the first season pass, but once you get the first one, you can get every single season pass after that. So, yeah, when people complain about, like, oh, I have to pay for this season pass, it's like, bro, that you get it for free, essentially. Like, and if you don't want to pay, like, I don't know what, like £4, like a literal pint for like 2 months, then like you probably aren't spending any money on any game you play. So I don't think, or you just don't play the game, which, like, yeah, fair enough. Don't spend money on a game you're not going to play, but also you don't need to complain about it. I feel like people get a stick up their rear side when it comes to value for money on things like that. Like, I definitely, you look at any other season pass, like you, on any other game, you do not get content and the value to purchase the next, like, content. Other than maybe, like, I don't know, Fortnite or something like that, but it's a lot easier to complete the season on World of Tanks console. Well, this is going well. Uh-oh. I'm a goner. Or maybe not. Yeah, Apex Legends, but similar sort of concept, isn't it? But I think value for money wise, like, this game's pretty good. Other than maybe some of the collaborations, but you know, that's another thing. That's more of the collaborators, like, choosing the pricing of what they want their things to be, rather than like the actual value of the tanks. Because you look at like some of the pricing of like some of the older tanks, and then you look at the pricing of like the non-skinned version, so like, you know, the Roger Dodger and stuff like that. They never went on sale, etc. And then like you get the E75 TS, which is the unskinned version. It's a lot cheaper. What's up? Do events ever give gold, like the recent gold ticket? Yeah, they do. They do. Maybe not like all of the time. I need to track this guy. So like some of the events will give you key cards, which is just basically guaranteed gold. So like, I guess, yeah, like the long haul, for example, gives you gold, minimum amount of gold. Even if you get like a confidential key card, you get like 150 gold or whatever it is for playing 75 games. So it's pretty good. Oh look, the same tank but black. And also earns more silver. I think they need to do more game modes or limited time events that can make the game more enjoyable. I'm 100% in agreement. I think there's a ton of things that they could do. Because the game gets stale, you know? Like, people only want to play the game for so long. Or like, you know, it's refreshing to play a different mode. But yeah, unfortunately. Just play the IS-6. Oh dear. It truly is just getting worse and worse as I'm going through. Oh no, he's using full gold. Still has less pen than the majority of tier 8s with standard pen. How I love these old premium tanks. The i6 is amazing. Oh yeah, certainly is. Has so much armor, and the gun's amazing. The preferential angling heavy tank. The preferential tank that can't pen anything at its tier. Nah, this tank is trash. Anyone that knows the weak points will. This just sucks. Tournaments and clan wars will also improve competitive play in pub matches because other players will be playing to improve gameplay. I don't know. I feel like this game is not a pro tournament game. I remember like back in the day when I was looking at like the top clans and stuff, and it's like you just end up playing one type of, like 3 different types of tank, and that is it. And you literally just play the most overpowered tanks at each tier, and that's about it. Like, yeah, I'm not a massive fan of like the competitive scene. I think it's like let's be honest, 99% of people that play this game are older people, you know, probably between 30 to 40 dads who come home and they play like 2 games in between having dinner and having their kids, or like, you know, spending time with their family or whatever. Like, this is not a competitive game. Like, there's a... And like, people definitely taking it way too seriously. Like, I think a lot of people focus on like, oh, I need to get these stats or whatever, and like, you get there and it's like, it doesn't mean anything. Like, do you know what I mean? I have a 61% win rate. Yeah, and who cares? I'm sure someone who's got like a 40% win rate has just as much fun. I'm not going in on anyone in the chat, by the way. I'm just saying, like, this is my view. I feel like people don't really talk about it that much. But, like, you know, someone with a 46% win rate probably has more fun on the game than I do. And, you know, like, getting better doesn't necessarily mean you have more fun. It just makes you more annoyed at people when they do stupid things. And like, I've got to the point where I just don't care anymore. Like, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect me whatsoever. So yeah, I feel like that's probably my unpopular opinion, is that don't bother about stats, don't care about stats, just play the game how you want to enjoy it. Because I've done all of the, like, oh, I need to get to this stat, or I need to get better, etc. And like 90% of the time, it's like, it just was not worth my time. It was a complete waste of time, and no one cares. You know what I mean? Like, no one actually cares. Oh wow, you've got a, you know, 50% win rate. If you enjoy the game more by getting better at the game, then yeah, by all means focus on doing that. But I can assure you, if you don't enjoy the game, like from my experience, getting better at the game did not change how I enjoy the game. So if you're trying to feel like you want to enjoy the game more, probably don't focus on win rate. Like, and it's not even like I'm someone with a bad win rate either. Like, I think this is just something I've realised over time. Is that, like, let's be honest, when you're trying to be like, oh yeah, I got a 60% win rate against people that jump on the game and play 2 games every like 3 days, it's like, yeah, of course you're gonna be better if you just play any amount of the game. So, like, you know what I mean? Most people hop on, they probably play like, what? I'd say the average, like 20 games in a month, maybe. For like the average person. I don't know. Like, yeah, I think it's, I feel like I've gone on a bit of a rant, but I feel like there's a lot of thing about like people getting all like circle jerky about like, you know, oh, if I have this much WN8, or I have this high of a win rate, or blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, kind of pointless for the most part, unless of course you're after that, which is fair enough. Yeah, so Chris, I spend a lot of time traveling, so can only put a few hours into the game. Exactly. Like, yeah, people take games way too seriously. I mean, I'm literally talking to you whilst playing this game and coming top on damage. I'm literally wasn't concentrating whatsoever on the game, that game. So, you know, it can't be that competitive if I'm not even paying attention, I'm reading chat. So, that's all. That's my opinion. I think wargaming would be better developing other things. That's coming full circle back to the comment about improving clan wars and like competitive play, is that there'd be way more people that would enjoy things if they didn't focus on that, which is probably why they haven't bothered, because they know 99% of the people are casual players. Most games in a week, I did 1,200. Yeah, I did the exact same thing when I was in school and I didn't have anything else to do. Like, 100%. But if you, for a start, if you work, that's basically impossible. Unless you spend every waking hour like playing World of Tanks console, which is a lot. Thanks, Dave. Hopefully you had a good time. Hope you have a good rest of your day and the rest of the week, etc. Wargaming need to improve the learning portion in the game. No, I'm 100%. I think people would have more enjoyable time if they knew how to actually play the game, etc. Can the backchat line get a buff? Oh no, have we frozen? Wargaming need to sort this out, you know. The freezing on the menu screen. Hopefully that comes in the next patch. Oh, you're saying play the original Type 59. Yeah, that's probably a better shout, you know. Oh, I've frozen again. When is the Minotauro coming? I think they said like the 23rd of May, so like later this month. But obviously subject to whenever Wargaming really say that they're gonna do things. So I have no idea. You know, they've said it would be May 23rd, so that was the latest info. So maybe them, maybe not. Oh dear, it's been so long since I've played this tank. I've been shafted out of some Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I've got 3 pieces of equipment selected, my friends. But apparently only 2. I love it. Thanks Wargaming for wasting like 250,000 of my silver. Oh yeah. Love that. I mean, what is this? I can't select the... Right, hopefully this works now. Hidden cheat. He gets 4 for like 5 pieces of equipment in one. CCRNG right here. Yeah, I did. Oh, for God's sake. Guess I can't have 3 pieces of equipment. Or at least the 3 ones that I have without spending more silver. Wait, what? It removed my targeting info. Oh, for God's sake. That's what it was. Why does it swap? Yay. It's like, oh, for God's sake. Oh, well. Never mind. I guess I'd just waste some more silver. It's like I was literally on the 3rd slot. It replaces like an old the 4th one. It's always great. It happens so often as well. It's like 250k down the drain every single time. There was a YouTuber who made a 30-minute video about all the issues of what console. Kind of like a Chem's video. I don't know who that is. Who was the YouTuber on console? Was it an old YouTuber or someone new? And by old, I'm talking like Beard Guys era, etc. If anyone knows who the Beard Guys are, they do PUBG now. And Captain Beardface, etc. Hi there, Dark Fury. I hope you're doing well. Someone new, but it was well made. Ah, okay. I'm gonna have to search it up. I wanna hear what they have to say. Always like the issues. I'm going for that ram. Right, let me get past. I wanna get this Type. Oh, look, it's the better version of us. The Type 59 that actually has alpha damage. Some good armor here. Good armor. Side scraping like a true Chinese tank. Issues. Watch a video by Bumpy Stump. Honestly, that is a good name. Bumpy Stump. That is awful. Mad Friday was great. Mad Friday. Was that the one on PC? Or was it on console as well? Oh, I can't remember. It honestly rings a bell. I probably watched them back in the day. But it's been a long time. Bump my stump. Oh dear. How to make World of Tanks console a better game. Should watch it on stream. I could do. See what what's his opinion. I'm sure there's stuff we disagree about. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff we'd agree about though. Yeah. You know when you just want to jump on someone? I just want to jump up. When am I going to platoon up with people on the stream? Oh, I'm not jumping now. That ain't worth it. Oh, a nice little tier 7 heavy to farm. I always forget this is a bit of like a flicker. Hey there, my friend. How's it going? Swindle. Mad Friday was awesome. Oh dear. There's been a lot of World of Tanks console YouTubers, you know. But they never last very long. I always find. Like before they quit. What was he called? Sins as well? I don't know if you guys know him. I don't know. I just know him by name. I don't know that I watch that much videos. There was a lot of console YouTubers. It's weird to think that I'm now one of them. I'm now an ultra scrub. Yeah, Sins. I don't think he had like a huge amount of subs. Maybe like 5k, something like that. It's hard to do videos for like as long. It's hard. It's not like a... It might seem easy to literally sit in front of a camera and record a video, but doing it for an extended period of time, like, you know, like 3, 4, 5 years is like... It's not an easy thing to do. And you can see it with people like Quickie Baby, because he, like... I'm sure he genuinely has days where he's like, I cannot be asked. Like, what am I gonna do? It's the same, like, thing again and again. Granted, you get paid for it. And I mean, console people, not really. Like, PC, yeah, because they get a lot of views. But on console, you're not getting paid for it. And, like, yeah, it's just a long time to do. Like, it's not a career on if you play like console or anything like that. I still play, but don't really do any content anymore. Sometimes stream. Yeah. I honestly have playing this game 90% of the time. My first tier 6-8 game. Trying to 3-mark my Asterion. Oh dear. Longest game is 4 minutes. They got you in the short game list now. Think how QB over 10 years of doing it and turned it into a full-time job. I can assure you he would probably not have to do it for any longer to sustain a decent lifestyle. But think about how many people have done, like, over the years who have played World of Tanks. Like he's one of the only ones that stayed playing. I mean, even people like Jingles, they don't play the game anymore. Like, they do content on it, but, you know, still don't play it that much. And Jingles doesn't play it at all. You average about an hour of editing for every minute of video. Bloody hell. That is long. What type of videos do you do? It definitely does not take me too long to do a console video. Depending on what it is. And you got the Clowers guy. Oh man. What software do I use? DaVinci Resolve 18.5, the beta of DaVinci Resolve. It's free, you don't have to pay for it, but I've got the studio version. So, Mr. Tinfoil Hat himself, yeah. Honestly, these guys are cheating because they actually took me out in a game. Oh dear. I've seen so many meme clips. I've honestly seen so many meme clips where it's like, that was a ghost shell and it hits like a wall or something. It's like, no, bro, you just missed. Yeah. I was looking into it. Not happy with the PS version anymore. I have no idea what that is. Is that Premiere? Adobe Premiere Pro. There's loads of different softwares you can use. And they all do the same thing at the end of the day. I don't edit my console videos anywhere near as much as on the PC version. Just because I don't think it makes much of a difference. Oh, for God's sake. Just been listening to me babbling. Oh. Actually getting penned in the lower plate. That's not fair. That must have been cheating, right? Oh, fuck. I should have actually stayed stationary. This guy, Progetto, is actually hitting me in the lower plate. I am fuming. I guess I am angled up the slope, so that probably doesn't help, you know. Oh dear. Mr. T54. Don't make me kill you. Don't try it. Ah, I thought I might be able to. What are my thoughts on the Hardcase contract? I have no idea. How do we look at the contracts? The Hardcase is like low-key a little bit broken, you know. Literally better off sitting like side on in that thing than sitting with the front. How many battles have I had now? I've had 25,000 or something like that now. I don't even know. But to be honest, in like the last 3 years, I've added probably like 4,000 battles. So it's not a lot. I don't play anywhere near as much as I used to. So yeah, I don't play a whole lot. Not anymore, anyway. Let's play the tortoise for a game. You want to see a stream with Eclipse, Windle, Petty, Ricky, Russ, and Hex. Both Cold War and World War II. It'd be good if we could get a us all together, but you can only have 3 in a platoon, so it kind of limits it. Unless we time to get into games together, but I don't know how you do that. But I'd do it 100%. I'm always open for collaborations. I don't mind. I have no objections to doing collaborations with people. I'm more than happy to do it. I think it's good for the game as well, and everyone involved. I don't think it. There are some people out there, I won't name names, but genuinely don't want to do anything. And it's not the console people, by the way. But yeah, I'm sure you guys know who it is anyway. I think most people don't really mind playing with people. Would you say the game's dying? No, I think the game's in a very good place right now. I think, is it the best it's ever been? No, but certainly not the worst it's been. Because the worst was before, like, yeah, I don't know. The worst was like before update 6.0, and like during that period of time when they released it. Like before it, the game was kind of dead, you know. There weren't that many people playing the game. So as much as I like to hate on update 6.0 because it was terribly executed, like, at least it helped the game a little bit. So, you know, I don't want to be too critical about it. Now that we've got past that stage, anyone new doesn't care. It's a much better place to be. a ladder up kind of guy. I don't know. I don't know why though. Like, it genuinely does not negatively impact. Like, I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't like anyone. It might just be it. Because people are completely different behind closed doors, you know. Most of the time. Like, and that's the thing with social media, right? You see, like, all of these people, they're like, you know, all acting like so, like, pleasant, blah, blah, blah. And it definitely changes very quickly. I can say that for sure. As soon as you come off of, like, the limelight, shall we say. Because people, like, build a persona, don't they? You know. And you like, usually you see people more when they're streaming, because obviously you don't have time to, like, edit yourself. Like, you can't make yourself into a different persona, or at least like the majority of people. Do a collab with. Jeez. Yeah, no thanks. Yeah. Can I play the bar next game? I don't have the bar, actually. Which is kind of disappointing. Otherwise, I would be playing it. You guys would see the full wrath of the worst tier 9 in the game. Play the greatest tank in the game. Yeah, I did hear about that swindle. I thought that was pretty dodge. I was like, hello. It has such a satisfying blast, the bar. Yeah, but it's terrible. You have 1 degree of gun depression. It just doesn't work. Your win rating WNA dropped massively when playing the Sturm Tiger. I think that's anyone that's played it. The whole line is pretty bad, in my opinion. I don't think they're particularly great tanks. Because you look at, like, the tier 7 and 8, and it's like you could play, like, things like the SU-152, which are just more, like, I don't know. They're more consistent. That's the word I'm looking for. Whereas, like, the bar and the Sturm Tiger, if, like, you're trying to aim or, like, lead your shells, it's just it's pain. It's just pain, because you have to aim at the floor because the shell loops, which means if you, like, yeah, I mean, I hated that. Wow. I wonder where the camping Swedish TD is. To be fair, those tanks aren't meant to be consistent. Yeah, no, I agree. But, you know, it isn't fun, like, sometimes. If you're not in the mood to derp, then I would not play those tanks. So hopefully people don't, like, look at it and be like, oh, it has the highest alpha in the game. Surely that's going to be a good tank. Because they'll be thoroughly disappointed, I think. Oh, dear. Sturm Tiger is as close to a medieval catapult as it could be. I think that's a good analogy. That this was a terrible game in the tortoise. You know, we didn't find anyone to farm. You know, we'll play. I'm gonna play. I feel like you guys got the gist of the stream anyway today. So I'll play one in this new one to see if it can actually do anything. Because I love the J Panther 2. That tank is actually really good. This thing, I'm not so sure. Turkey tank. Yeah, I've heard of him. I think we just have to full send it with this, right? I don't think you sit back with this. Otherwise it's just boring. I didn't check what pen it had, so I have no idea what things we can pen or not. Slow big tanks at top tier suffer because of the maps console makes. Yeah, I'd agree. Most of the top tier maps are kind of trash. When you're in like a slow heavy, like a type 5 or whatever. But I think that's also to do with accuracy. Like accuracy on console is very good. Because I think it's something like you're likely to hit in the center of the circle like 75% of the time or something like that. So like in that true center of the circle. Whereas on PC I think it's like 25% of the time. I'm not going to guarantee that, but... Oh, look at these dudes. What are you doing? Hello there, Shaheen. I always see your name and like... I always think of like... the Dodge Charlie. Oh, we were like half a millisecond from getting this YOLO wagon. Bro literally came right over. I'm surprised he didn't get punished. That was a bit of a dumb play by him. Oh, apparently not, since I'm going back to the garage. But had we had vents on that, we probably would have taken him out. How do I want them to nerf the Avari? Remove the entirety of the armor. There's no reason it should have a ton of spaced armor everywhere. I think that would help a lot. Remove the spaced armor, make it the same speed, and actually give it terrible accuracy. Because right now it's far too accurate. The Calliope is going to be a tier 7. You reckon? I don't know, you know. I mean, it has missile launchers, so I'm a bit scared of what Wargaming are going to do. Like, I'm genuinely fearful for why... Because it's a World War II tank, you know. And in real life, the Calliope, or the Calliope, whatever you want to call it, is a missile, a rocket launching M4 Sherman. So it genuinely scares me. I don't want to be seeing missile launching tanks or rocket launching tanks in this game. And we all know what wargaming are like when they first make a type of tank. It's always overpowered, isn't it? I don't have the best vision. Can I play the 103B? No, I don't actually have it on console, unfortunately. I think there's like 5 tanks I don't own at tier 10 now. How's my machine progress? Terrible, because I don't play that much tier 10 recently. Because I've been grinding through all of the tech trees. And like when the XP operation. I think I'm only on stage 8 or something like that. I could probably do it, but I'd rather get the tier 10s out of the way than get the machine. God, this tank is rapid, you know. Oh. Oh, I thought we were in E25 heaven then. Turns out we weren't. Unless this is E25 heaven. What do I think of the Warhammer tanks? I think they're all good tanks. What do I like the fact that they're in the game? I don't know. I don't think they suit the game, but you know, it brings money into the game, so they can develop. Hopefully develop the idea. Hopefully they'll develop the game. I think we're gonna have to YOLO this heavy because the team just are not gonna push, are they? Let's face it. Just need the boys to honestly come in. Oh, here we go. The YOLO Fest is on. Ugh. Rose, come. I mean, I missed a fair few shells, but yeah, they didn't suit the game. I mean, we have a load of those sorts of tanks in the game. I just, the more and more they put in, the like, it just looks terrible when like when you see it in the game. Like, it's not the only one. It's not the worst ones. I think they're kind of cool that they've got like the rocket on the back of it, etc. Or not good. I think I'm gonna get hit by whatever the other tank is. Ah, no! I clipped his track. Lemon Russ is what you ask when you ask your 8-year-old to draw a tank. Yeah. I mean, like, does this tank really need to be in the game? Like, come on, bros. Like, and I mean, this disgusting, like, when it's like, this looks cool. I can deal with this. It's a skin D100. In the game, why has it got a particle effect on its, like, on its barrel that makes it just look like a 12-year-old's gone, yeah, we definitely need some, like, sparks on the end of it. How cool would that be? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, come on. It's like the ideology of some of the developers seems to be like, oh, we need to incorporate the kids into this game. And it's like, the kids don't have any money to spend on your game, and B, they're probably not downloading a tank game to play. Like, yeah, I don't know. Seems to be a lot of development into, like, children playing into this game. And I mean, my audience on YouTube is, like, average age of, like, 40, so, or, like, 35 or something like that. So I'm not entirely sure that, you know, looking at, like, 12-year-olds to play this game is the best idea. Yeah, and they don't even know what Warhammer 40,000 is. So, like, yeah, like, they're all playing Fortnite or, I don't know, FIFA. Stuff like that. So, yeah. Should just go with collabs that are, like, actually to do with tanks. Do you know what I mean? Like a collaboration with some... Like, you know where they did, like, the Rambo one? That's not a bad one, because all it is just, like, a skinned tank. Because, you know, there were tanks in some of the films, like, what was it, Escape? The Kurt Russell one, I can't remember what it's called, where he's in the city and he drives a tank, you know. You underestimate how childish us old folks can be. Yeah, I know. Well, my controller's disconnected, and I think that's it for the stream. It was a short one, short and sweet. But my voice is kind of hurting. I think I'm coming down with, like, a cold or something. Which is not good. Just what you want. So, yeah. Halo. I imagine that would be the next one. They're bringing in the Scorpion from Halo. That would be like a... or the Wraith. Lobbing energy balls across the... across Prokhorovka. Basically an artillery, couldn't you? You could call it an artillery. Stargate tanks. That'd be cool. Anyway, guys, I much appreciate it. I will be back next week. We'll stream for a bit longer next week. Since, yeah, this was a short one. And, yeah. Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for the donations as well. I much appreciated, Chris. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Cheers for that.